Is Brian MBEUMO injured, and could Reece James be the answer to our defensive problems? Let's take a look at that in our latest team selection video. Right, let's kick straight into things here with the goalkeeper and defence. Let's talk about Areola first. Yes, a lot of people got rid of him for Dubravka. Well, it seemed that a lot of people did. In reality, not a lot of people did, because it's not the best transfer. I mean, we'll see tonight when Newcastle play Everton. You know, there's a good chance of a clean sheet there, but I feel as though clean sheets are just so hard to come by this season. I don't think it's worth doing a goalkeeper transfer for the sake of getting one more clean sheet in the next 6 weeks. You know, it just save your money for the more attacking options in your team. That's my opinion anyway. Could completely change. Newcastle could go on amazing clean sheet run, but for me, I just don't think it's worth it. It's a good transfer if you have the luxury, but for me, it's a no. Let's keep the theme on Newcastle while speaking about them. Tottenham away for Trippier. Not a great fixture, but he's got 3 good fixtures after that, so I think we've got to keep him and just hope that he gets at least 1 clean sheet and a few assists in the next few games. You know, you're paying a fair bit of money for Trippier. I bought him at 6.6 million. He's now 7. There's a lot of money held up in that defender, but if he performs, I think he deserves to keep his place. Pedro Porro, a new addition into the team, an attacking option. Hopefully he does well tonight. It's my first week having him. He's got a difficult fixture, obviously, against Newcastle, sorry. They both play each other in my team, which isn't the best, but, you know, it is what it is. That's why I've brought him in, you know, for the next few games rather than this game in particular. This was a hard game. But yeah, he's obviously going to stay. He's a fantastic player. He's really attacking, and that's why he's in my team. Gahey, on the other hand, he has to go blood. There is a problem there. He's not got a good fixture till game week 22. And let's remind you guys, it's game week 16 coming up. So he's got to go. He's not got a lot of value in him. He's 4.6, so you know, I might move to a cheaper option and see how that works, but I don't really know. It's hard to pick who to go from Gahey. There's not a lot of defensive options, in my opinion. You're kind of looking at maybe a Reece James, but I just don't know. He came on at half-time-ish in the match yesterday. It's just he's been managed a lot at the moment in terms of minutes, and if he isn't starting, I don't think he's going to get, you know, good points. It's difficult to choose because Everton's fixtures, no, not Everton, sorry, Chelsea's fixtures are really turning at the moment. They've got Everton next, that's why I got confused there, but they're really turning at the moment. That's why I brought Palmer in, and you'll see in that in the next slide. But yeah, Reece James could be the answer to the problems in my team, but it's just hard to pull that trigger because we know he's injury prone. We know he's getting managed at the moment. Chelsea really aren't the best team to target, I guess, but it just seems to make the most sense in terms of setting someone in and having good fixtures for the next 6 to 7 weeks. It's just really nice. That's why Palmer's in. You know, he's got that longevity that I can just put him in and just leave him, and he's a cheap price as well. Reece James coming in at 5.4. I've got money in the bank to do that move, so it's no worries there, but yeah, difficult one. Gabriel, now this is a strange one. I don't want to play him. However, I'm worried about Adingra's data. Adingra's data really isn't that good. So it could be the case that Adingra comes on because he's got the fixture over Gabriel, and that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I just don't think Adingra's going to do anything in the next few weeks. He's cheap enough to just bench and just forget about him, but I think we've got to kind of notice that Burnley at home fixture is quite good. So it's likely that Gabriel comes on the bench, especially with what Villa has just done to Man City. But yeah, that's the defence and goalkeeper, guys. Moving on up to the midfield, let's just start with the elephant in the room. MBEUMO could be injured. Now, this is a massive, massive problem. I had it in my head I would have this man till about game week 22, game week 21. Now I don't necessarily know. I think that Sheffield fixture was really a drawn point for a lot of people, especially with him blanking in 18. So we've got to kind of wait and see what happens in terms of, press conferences, seeing what managers are saying, seeing what fans are thinking about the injury. The problem is, I can do a really good move. I can get rid of MBEUMO right now and go to Saka, as long as there's no price changes in the next few days up until the deadline. That's an easy move, and with Arsenal's fixtures turning in game week 19 for a good run of 4, you can't really complain at that, especially with Saka's output at the moment. But Saka's got 3 hard fixtures. We've got Villa, Brighton and Liverpool all off the trot, and I'll be bringing him in for those fixtures. It's kind of just, it's not the best time to bring him in, it seems, fixture-wise, but if he's consistently getting points, why wouldn't you do that? But I think if he's not injured and we find out news of MBEUMO that he's fine to play, you've absolutely got to play him. It's Sheffield. Yes, Liverpool only put 1 past Sheffield, but I feel as though other teams have really put Sheffield down and are slightly worse than a Liverpool attack. So there's hope there that MBEUMO really does the business against them, but with that injury, it's a bit of a worry. At the end of the day, I don't have to worry because I've got Adingra on my bench. I could easily play Adingra in for Guéhi and just have Guéhi on the bench, and then I would have a full 11 playing. But with the transfer, I kind of want to get Guéhi out and somebody else like Reece James in. But we've just got to wait and see what happens with MBEUMO. It's hard to say right now because we just don't know. It seems he's rolled his ankle and he's going to be assessed closer to the weekend. That's all we know for now. But let's continue with the rest of the midfield. Son, I think he's a hold. You've got Newcastle this week, then you've got Forest, Everton, Brighton, Bournemouth. Eventually he goes away to the Asia Cup. I don't know if it's game week 22 or game week 21 or near enough there. Obviously he's a sell when he's away because he's not going to be playing. But yeah, he's a hold for now. We'll see how Spurs do tonight. That could change everything, but yeah, he's a hold for now for me. Salah, again, another hold. I really thought he would do something great against Sheffield. I thought it would be another 9-0 like they did against Bournemouth last season, or 7 they did against United. But 1-0 was really disappointing. But thank God Haaland stayed quiet, because Haaland captaincy going off yesterday would have been the worst thing in the world, especially with the week we're having at the moment. In terms of captaincy this week, I'll mention that towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But let's talk about the last man in the midfield. That's Cole Palmer. Scored a great goal against United, and now his fixtures are turning. He's got Everton, Sheffield, Wolves, Palace, Luton and Fulham. It's probably the best run of fixtures we've had in a long time for any team. It's really starting to turn from now. With the minute he's getting, you can look forward to some great points, it seems, with Cole Palmer's performances. However, with Nkunku coming back in soon, it seems, maybe his minutes change up there. But I think we just have to wait and see. Nkunku hasn't been part of a matchday squad yet, as far as I'm aware, so he could be a way distance from starting the game. So I don't think we have to worry immediately. And plus, he's cheap as anything, so you can just stick him in and you've got a spare money to play with. It's alright. But yeah, Palmer I'm really happy and excited for, especially owning him now with that good run of fixtures. So let's just see what happens with the midfield. Forwards again remain unchanged. We've got a fantastic fixture for Haaland in Luton away, although Luton, when they're in their home ground, seem quite hard to beat. Arsenal struggled massively, and I honestly don't think that goal at the end is just so unlucky for Luton. That could have easily been a draw in that game, but I feel as though it's probably one of the better captaincy shouts for the week. You've got MBEUMO, but with that injury, it's possibly not the best idea to go for that captain. It's more likely to be, yes, we'll go for Haaland, because Luton away from Manchester City, it just seems like it could be a few goals in that. I'm not sure if Rodri's back for that game. We'll have to wait and see, because I'm not too sure on suspensions and things like that. But if he is, Man City obviously will be a better side with Rodri in. He's so important for Man City. It's hard to wrap my head around of how important that player is for the team. I mean, we've seen it clearly last night with Aston Villa doing really good against them. But yeah, another player, talking about Aston Villa again. Aston Villa at home are just a fantastic team. Watkins has just got to stay in my side for a long time until Aston Villa start to prove me wrong. I mean, let's quickly talk about their fixtures coming up. They've got Arsenal, then Brentford, then Sheffield, then United. Then they go on a little bit of a good run. There's hard fixtures mixing with good fixtures coming up for Watkins, but there's just no reason to get rid of him. I mean, Darwin Núñez is probably the only person you would move to, but the people who I know who have moved to Darwin Núñez from Watkins already want to revert their decision. So, yeah, it's not the best idea to remove Watkins, I feel like, especially with Villa being so in form. But that is everything for the team. Let's recap the main problem points. You got Gahey, probably going to go, not got a good fixture until game week 22. That's just so long away. I can't keep him for that long. And MBEUMO could be moved out towards Saka, but I'll have to do that relatively soon, especially if a price drop or price rise comes into play. We've just got to wait and see about injuries. Maybe Reece James comes in, but I just don't know. It's more likely to be Colwill because less injury prone, but we know what Reece James can do when he's fit and when he's ready to play. But yeah, that's the team, folks. Just want to end the video there by saying a massive thank you if you're still watching to this point now. If you're not already subscribed, please consider it. I'm going to keep pumping these videos out on a weekly basis for you folks, as well as other videos coming in the near future. If you prefer short form content, I post a lot of videos on TikTok, so go in the description and check that out if you're keen for some short form content. But that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.